Welcome back, everybody. YouTube. I don't like the fact that you are canceling my streams simply because some weird stuff. Yet YouTube removed your content. Third-party consent policy. It violates a third-party consent policy. How your content violated the policy. We detected content in your live stream that may belong to somebody else and was not corrected following repeated warnings of possible abuse. We are literally doing this under fair use. I was providing outward commentary and different dialogue, which actually is a part of fair use. So I will be challenging this, and I will be going after YouTube for this because this falls under fair use. So yeah. YouTube, I will be contacting you on X, and I will be asking in less than a polite way why you have it out for smaller channels who are not even getting paid. We are just simply promoting film and our appreciation for it. We're just showing stills. I'm only going to show stills from now on, folks, because apparently they're a bunch of fucking pussies. And if this one gets pulled, well, unfortunately, that'll have to be it. But we are going to only do stills from now on. We won't show the full stuff here or there. We'll only show stills. Because at least then they can't say, oh, you're violating our shit. I can't believe how freaking sound wasn't distorted or anything. Yeah. There was no sound. It's muted.
Yeah.
Look right here. Yeah. Muted. There's the freaking volume indicator saying it's 0. Also, when I shared the screen, it gives us the share audio option. I clicked that off. So there's absolutely no way it can be heard. So yeah, YouTube, go fuck yourself. For now on, folks, I may be doing our or if I can understand how to get Rumble to freaking work, if I have the amount of proper followers to do live streams on Rumble, I may have to switch over to Rumble. Because apparently, or I may just do them on X. Because apparently, YouTube has a problem of two people who enjoy movies freaking promoting movies without any sort of sponsorship or anything. We're not sponsored by these people. We're just showing our support for the freaking movie. I mean, you have other channels that are literally showing absolute full movies. And yet, I mean, where do you think I saw Godzilla versus Biollante? I saw it on YouTube all the way through. For credits and all. I saw Godzilla versus Destroya. Not the purchasable version, but a free version on YouTube. Freaking Fright Night 2. Where do you think I watched it? On YouTube. I didn't have to buy it or rent it. Had all of the credits and everything. So yeah, don't give me that shit of, oh, you violated our policy when you are letting other channels violate it all the time. Fucking Dangerville can do or can fully put on a freaking trailer for Godzilla Kong, the entire trailer, and what? They don't get that video removed at all. So explain to me why bigger channels get freaking kudos and we get freaking cooties, so to speak. I mean, seriously, it is a completely unfair system. And maybe I will start streaming on X instead, because at least there, I know that my content will most likely be seen more. So starting, folks, for those of you who are tuned in, I will also be airing my stuff on X, because obviously YouTube doesn't want me to succeed. I still haven't reached 4,000 hours. I'm like at 3,900. And, well, they're stopping me and literally cutting my streams so I can't make 3,900 or 4,000. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go to X and see if they can pick up my content. I mean, I'll still make videos for YouTube and shit, but otherwise, I think I'm just going to stream on X and maybe YouTube. But if it does get pulled, at least I can still have the fallback on X. Anyway, folks, so with that, let's get back into this. Brief recap. An Arab that got exiled from his homeland, became an ambassador, found a bunch of Vikings, got disgusted by them, learned their language, found out they're not so bad, fought a bunch of bear demon people that they thought were demons, and now it's the next day, hence the blood on his shirt. He found that his sword was a bit still too heavy, so he fashioned a knife. I like that. It's like, he insisted. And it's like, give an Arab a sword and he makes a knife. And so he does a nice little flourish. Now, then, what's her name? This chick goes checking his nose after she put cow piss on it, boiled down into a salve and whatnot. And she then heard that, this look here basically was like, is there any truth that you guys are plotting to overthrow our king and take over his lands? And he's like, the fuck? No. So, yeah. I mean, she's not exactly bad looking. I will say that. And so, yeah, he goes and tells them. It's like, she wouldn't say anymore. And it's like, okay, so this asshole's basically putting poison in the king's ear, so to speak. And this guy right here, unfortunately, has been, or got the short end of the stick, in which he has to be made an example of.
Yeah.
And who better to do it than Joyous? And I love this part here. It's like tossing, or he just throws a bunch of freaking muck on him to get him pissed off. And he's like, that is because, boy, your words are as feeble or as twisted and as feeble as an old woman's.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh my God, this old woman will send you to the next world, old man. What's this? Engineering dispute? So what they have here, folks, is basically a best 2 out of 3. 3 shields. You bust a shield, you win the round. And it doesn't matter if you're killed. If you bust the shield and you lose all 3 of your shields, it's not best 2 out of 3. That was my mistake. Well, yeah, you're dead. That's basically the general rule here. And, well, yeah, we know Antonio here trying to get him to stop it, and he's like, he'll get killed. That's very possible, but you can't let him, man. And so he's getting tossed around. I like this. He's like, yeah, I still got 2 shields. What do you got? 1 shield? And also, I like how Joyous here, Mara. He looks ragged, like, oh my God, what the hell has this dude been eating? What are they putting in his Wheaties? You know?
Like, this is the epitome of baiting your opponent in.
Yeah. So, you got this jackass watching, like, yeah, this is going to be easy money, teaching them a lesson and whatnot. And, well, he gives him the nod. And I am going to show this. It's only going to be a couple of seconds. So the guy got the nod to kill him, to kill Joyous. So here we go. Yoink, sploink. Poor woman grew a mustache.
Yeah.
And he got bitch slapped by blood. And yeah, I turned this into a meme earlier. Or into a GIF, rather. It's like, fuck around and find out. And so that's it. And he tosses a bag of coins to right next to the head, and he's like, see to your friend, he was a brave man. And I love this. He's like, you could have killed him at will. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love this. He's like, you could have killed him at will. Yes. Well, then why the deception? Deception's the whole point. Any fool can calculate strength. That idiot's been doing it since we got here.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
now he has to account for stuff he can't see and fear what he doesn't know.
Yes.
But I also like what Bolvi says afterward. Like you said, foolish, but also expensive. We will miss Angus tonight. We will miss his sword. Chances are Angus would have wrapped up quite the kill count in the next engagement.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he was used to make
Prove
a
point.
But
yeah. So we get the next engagement. Edge, though, is up in the tower. And hold on. Yep, right here. We will miss Angus. We will miss his sword. And Edge, though's not up in the tower. Instead, he's in a tree because only a fool would allow himself to be exposed. And you learn about the Thundercliffs here. Now, let's see if I can get a shot of the fireworm. Yep, there we go. Now, folks, put yourself back in these old ancient times. The time when Vikings were essentially the way to go. And you saw this coming down the mountain. What would you think it was?
Well, the way it looks there, some type of creature.
Oh, yes.
Some type of creature.
I mean, it'd be like they roused the fireworm. So they bang a gong, you know, like the song. Bang a gong. And let's see if I can get another shot. There it is again. But there's a kid that happens to be out there that happens to be loose. And I love this. It's like, we got to push this thing out of the way. We got to push this thing out of the way. Now, remember how he or Joyous told the other guy to get, or told him to get down? Yeah. Down.
Yeah.
And so he figures it out. It's just a bunch of people on horseback, cavalry. I would have preferred the dragon. Now, this bit here, folks, where they actually had to move this thing out of the way while he's coming back, they actually had to destroy their locking mechanism for that bit, which means they sacrificed the integrity of their defenses so that their little brother could come back in. But at least he gained a lot of information.
Yes.
And I love this. He's like, cavalry, I would prefer the dragon. So, yeah, I mean, whew, that's way more than 100. Probably a couple hundred, maybe more, spanning out for miles. So let's call it 1,000, shall we?
So, a decent number, and they only come when it's misty. So basically, they can hide, hide their numbers.
Hide in the mist. Yeah. need to watch this movie myself eventually. Hey, Alex Kogan, thank you for coming in. Dad recommended it. Then Critical Drinker's review reminded me of it. I hear good things about Critical Drinker. I haven't watched him much, but heard he was on Piers Morgan with Nerdrotic. So, yeah, that's interesting. All right, so I got 58% on my laptop still, charging that up. So we have them fight through the night, and unfortunately, some of their men don't make it through the night. And we even see Antonio cut loose and get a little bloodlusty.
Yeah. The point where he actually tries chasing them, like when the enemy's leaving, they're leaving, he actually chases them a little bit.
And he finds out here, it's like, it's a man. It's a freaking man. Calm down, little brother. There are more.
Yes.
It's all right, little brother. There are more. I love it. So, yeah. He's chasing him there. It's like, fuck you. I want to kill you all. It's like, dude, calm yourself, man. Calm down. Oh, yep. Sadly, the big boy here gets freaking skewered later.
Mm-hmm.
And another one gets skewered. So, like, the first night, 2 of them die. So that's 11. That's 10 Norsemen dead. And then 4 more. So they're down to 6. And then, like, they're down to 4 or 5 afterward. Oh, yes, this one was good, too. It's like, Arab, what do I do with it? Put your foot on it and stand. Yeah. It's like, oh. I love this look of his right here, man. That is a look that is just purely focused on war, you know?
Yeah, that is the look of the leader. Like,
yes.
Because you have this king they're helping, whose son is pretty much a snake. You would not trust at all to lead his people. Nope. Or this man here, like, you would trust. Not only lead his people, but to take a stand against the enemy with his people.
A leader who loves his people. Yes. And who will protect his people. This is a face of resolve, folks. Mm-hmm. And Vladimir Kulik, frickin' back then and today, I do believe he's still X today, I do believe. Just frickin' march on, man. And yeah, this is he's getting up. He's like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna kill you all, you sons of bitches. Yeah, he's just like, come on, I ain't done with you yet.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, I got ahead of him. So yeah, he's pissed off. Place is burning. Fire brigade. And I love this. I cannot taste the fermentation of grape, rice, or wheat.
Mm-hmm.
It's honey. And he laughs him. It's honey. It's made of honey. Tell you what, little brother. Welcome to Viking life.
Yep.
Now, folks, I've had honey mead. Great stuff.
Yeah, I've had it too. I really enjoy it. It's really good.
It's good stuff. I don't drink often, folks. I had it years ago. I've had Irish mead. I've had honey mead. I've had different fermentations all over. I hate beer, but I love the ales and I love the meads.
Yeah.
Now, she comes and she's like, we're all going to die, aren't we? It's possible. And he has this nice moment where he's feeling the rain. And instead of feeling the rain, she wants to feel something else. So, yeah, Weath catches him. It's like, really, dude? Really? You're, or our freaking village was burning and you're cooling off or heating things up in a different way? But I love what Joyous says. He's like, so did she finish you off or bring you back to life? A gentleman does not discuss these things.
Yeah.
But look at his face here as he's hearing it. He's like, oh, you just told me everything I need to know. So, yep, bloodstained armor. Then they looked at who they are. Gotta say, man, before Darth Maul was a thing, these guys had Sith Lord war paint down. I mean, hell, I'd believe it was a demon. That would scare the piss off an orc from Tolkien's world, or give them ideas. So it's like, okay, so we're gonna go. We're gonna hunt these things down, and well, yeah, we are going to kill them all. Right till we find them, kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
But before they do, they gotta meet with an old mad woman with rotting teeth. Gotta say, Latrine from Men in Tights has nothing on this woman. She plays crazy like crazy has never been played before, but she also speaks wisdom, so you just gotta listen. You know? So she tells them she is in the earth, seek them in the earth, and also kill the one with the horns of power, because, well, that is where, or kill the mother, you kill the will, kill their leader or their warrior leader, you break their spirit.
Yeah.
Which is basically the truth of most armies back then.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like pretty on the nose. You know, they kill their leader, you kill the morale.
Yep. Now there's this bit here, which I thought was touching, which kind of tells me there's a little bit more spoken here than what is shown. I mean, it's not so much that she slept with him and likes him. I'm guessing he put a baby in her. Hence, what do you get when you cross an Arab with a Viking? We shall never know. But chances are that kid's going to be one hell of a fighter.
Yep.
And, yeah. So, checking on the stream. Do we still have a stream?
Yeah, I think they're still up. So.
No. Yeah, I already saw that. Sorry, I got it. Okay. So we're still up. Okay, good. So he puts it together. Seek them in the earth. The bears, the claws, they want us to think they're bears. How do you hunt a bear? Just down with dogs. Why? How do you hunt a bear in winter? You follow it into its cave with spears. Oh.
Yeah.
And I like how Joyous actually looks at him and is like, dude, yeah. He gives him a nice little nod, man. It's like, now we know why we brought this guy along. And I love that. Village is burning in the next one. Is there a cave?
Yeah, I love that. Is there a cave?
Yeah, is there a cave? Smile. What? I mean, Jesus. Bullfight would it kill you to smile? And I gotta say, man, this was some good camouflage work. Yeah, right there. I mean, that's some pretty good camouflage work. So Now let's see if they go in, do some murder and mayhem. Let's see if I can find out. There's a lot of skulls in the place. I mean, yeah. Pillars of bone. I mean, that's some necromancer shit right there. Wouldn't you agree?
It's definitely creepy, and it's like it makes you think, were they all victims of villages that they ransacked? Because like they're like it's basically making it clear that these people eat other people, or do they also eat their own?
Probably eat their own.
Yeah,
too.
so it's like the number of bones there, and the fact that they're like stacked like that, almost like columns.
Yeah,
it's rather macabre.
Yep, and then they got a little warship here. Now today, let's see here. The queen. The queen. We must find the queen. I think we accidentally went past the queen.
I think that, well, I think like, they see her because they see where she goes.
No, I'm trying to find.
They know where they at least know where to go, but I don't
think
because they have to get across, and they do so by swinging around.
Yep. Oh yeah, he's. Yep, they. Yeah, it's like, dude, shush, quiet. Now I remember a time when it comes to rope work and stuff like that, folks, where they have what's known as stunt doubles, and I was down in. Hey, Toodle say it's okay, man. This is the second stream of the night because the first one got removed from YouTube because YouTube's asshole. Soul Assassin. But yeah, I was down in Disney World with my dad and my stepsisters and their families and whatnot. And one of my stepsister's husbands was doing this stunt work thing. And they're like, okay, on the count of 3, he's going to be coming down. And then you just see him, or before we even got to the count of 3, he comes freaking flipping down like, click. And it's like, oh my God. And everybody's like, well, sometimes that happens too. So when he comes down, everybody's like, oh, or I'm like, dude, you all right? He's like, yeah, that was freaking nuts. She's like, that wasn't you. It's like, actually, yeah, honey, it was. It was freaking hilarious. But yeah, sometimes I watch this movie, and when they're coming down in the water on the rope, I expect Antonio Banderas to kind of just like drop and scream, and it'd be like, oh shit, everybody's now aware.
Yeah.
So we knew that. Yeah. But yeah, but he also slices his hands up in this scene, or sliced his hands up in the scene too, man. That's gotta hurt. So yeah, they're all praying. And so it's like, stealth it is. So it's like, okay, find the queen, kill the queen, and there's the heads of their men.
Yeah.
This bitch gonna die hard. It's like, you want to parade our men's heads? Yeah, you're gonna die for that. And there's your little witch doctor queen with a snake around her neck.
As soon as she
So
dipped that into that,
yeah.
I was like, I know what that is.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, poison. And she fights him, puts up a decent fight too, and ends up giving him a scratch. So yep, there's the scratch and there's the beheading. So he's got one down, and then they end up having to escape. So Healfdane stays back because it's like, we had a good run, brother, but I'll keep them busy while you guys get the hell out. And Healfdane decides to stay back. He's a good lad. But then where are you guys going to go? Oh, right, Thundercliffs. So dash your torches and start swimming. You're dead either way. Thundercliffs. And look at frickin' Tony Kern with a bunch of blood splashed on him. I mean, this man is used to having blood all over his face. I mean, think about it.
Pretty much.
Underworld 2, 13th Warrior, cuts off his own ear as Van Gogh. So, yeah. So they get out, they get back, and he's like, so did you all have fun out there? Now, oh, shit, there's something that I do want to bring up, folks. Earlier in the scene that we couldn't really show due to the fact that YouTube's asshole made sure that rhymed. There's a scene in the first engagement in where he also got his face blown off by the Punisher. Yeah, exactly. Must have missed that one. But there's a scene where the Queen talks with the blonde girl that Antonio gets fresh with, basically saying, if they get past us, you know what to do. The Queen hands the woman knives and tells her, do not let them get taken.
Yeah.
She's basically saying, kill these kids if they get past us, because the alternative is worse.
Mm-hmm.
If you know for a fact that, or what your enemies will do to you or your children and whatnot, I guarantee you, as civilized as we are, we would make sure that we did the same. If it came down to the worst case scenario, you know? So that's how prepared this culture is. They are full willing to slaughter their own if they have to prevent them from being corrupted.
And likely the alternative would be worse. So.
Oh, yeah. They would be eaten. Most likely the girls would be used for more deviant purpose and whatnot. But now Bolvi is dying because of the poison. And he asks, he's like, I will die a pauper. No, you'll die a man of great deeds. But who would know of my deeds unless somebody can draw them? So he actually has an understanding with the Arab. He's like, the people will know your story.
Yeah.
I have a hard time doing it, but yeah. Yeah, Toodle say, nobody knows what they are capable of until they are put in that position. I mean, sure, I can say that I would end a life very easily if under certain situations, but honestly, until I am put in, or until that choice is put before me, all it is empty words, really. I mean, pretty sure there's only one person in this entire group right now, Mara, who can actually say whether or not they are able to do something like that.
Well, I'll just say, being in the military, you are more frequently put into situations, where that would be an option, shall we say.
You're aware of whether or not you would actually be, because you were put in a situation in the military, you are more aware of your limits, shall we say. Whether or not you see in combat, that's not my business. So we get this whole bit done, and they think that they are going to have to wait another night. And he's asked to do that. Now, let's get to the greatest scene in this entire freaking movie that we cannot watch because of YouTube is asshole. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's the scene that I was talking about. It wasn't earlier in the movie, it was right here. If they get past the door, you know what to do.
Yeah.
And he does a prayer. And Bolvi is coming out, even though he is poisoned, in the freezing rain. Now, it's a wonderful thing, folks. Poison goes through your body quicker if you are warm. Him being out in the rain, because a lot of people have said, this man is poisoned, is basically on death's door, and yet he's able to fight a lot before he dies. While physical activity does get your blood pumping more, him being out in the freezing rain would be enough to slow the poison just for that little bit to allow him to fight. It's not within the, or it's not outside of the realm of possibility here.
No.
And there's what's his name? Horns of Power. And we get the lo there do I see my father. And I mean, the fact that I have to skip forward 5 seconds each is just criminal at this point.
Yeah, because this is, I love this scene where like each, like they're all saying the prayer.
Yep. Including Antonio Banderas in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave may live forever. And he's just slicing people off horses. Oh,
yeah.
Even the freaking women are hucking spears, man.
Viking women, like I feel like, it's kind of like, it reminds me of just the Spartan culture, because the Spartan women, while they were not on the front lines with the men, they were literally the last line of defense. So if the enemy got past the men, the women were prepared to fight. Like, they were taught to fight how to fight also, so they were prepared to fight to defend the city.
Yeah. If anything, folks, civilization, or the more civilized people became, the less respect we showed women. Because back then, women also fought. If they had to stand up, they freaking fought if the danger came close to home. And we all know what mama bear syndrome is.
Yeah.
You freaking smack a kid with their mama around, that mama's going to go murder on you. Believe me, I saw that video of that kid, or that guy holding a little baby alligator, and it's giving off that little, and they're all like, oh yeah, this is cute. You see mama bear running up on these two, like, I'm about to kill one of you, and I'm going to enjoy eating you. And so will my baby.
Making it look like an accident. I'm just going to eat you, pretty much.
Yeah. But this shot right here, man, it's like Vladimir Kulik like aged like 30 years. I mean, he looks ragged here. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Well, like, I think it's like, basically testament to whatever makeup was used, because he's supposed to be afflicted with a poison.
Yeah.
So it shows.
Yeah. I love this. Dude just flies right off the freaking horse. Now, if he smacked him with the blade, it would have been more realistic if he had sawed him in half or cut him in half. But, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So, this is Bolvi giving his last stand, and winning, mind you. I mean, they all start heading out there afterward, and he sits. I love that. He kicks off their leader, and then just sits. And it's like, hey, did we just win? Yeah, we won. But the second that dog whined, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the sobering moment.
Which is, as sad as it is, it's still rather epic.
Mm-hmm.
He kills the leader. I love the fact that it was he who killed the leader and not Antonio Banderas' character, which made it, like, more fitting and honorable. And the fact that he's like, basically, that was his literally last act. So he sits on this throne, essentially, and dies in the sitting position.
Yep.
Like, how a king would sit. How a Norse king would sit.
Yep. He did his ancestors proud. Chances are that man got quite a seat at the table with Odin in Valhalla that day. And they gave him the same Viking funeral. And so we then get the goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, in your world, one God may be enough. In ours, we have many. And I like that. He always spoke of his only one God, and they were never converted, which is nice. Because it's like, he wasn't there to convert. He was simply there to help them.
Yeah.
And Echto and Weath take him back.
Yes.
Goodbye, Arab. So that is the movie. That way we don't have to risk getting shut off anymore. In medieval times, who do they think took charge of castle defenses if men were away? Even in the Old West, women defended their homes and children. Damn straight.
Yep.
I have this movie in your DVD collection. Nice. Who was the actress? Well, let's pull that up. Let's see here. 13th Warrior Cast. Called that up earlier, so I can easily pull that up. Well, the Queen was Diane Venora. I know her from a few other movies. I just can't remember what movies. And the other one, let's see here. Olga, who was Antonio Banderas' squeeze, was Maria Bonnevi, or Bonnevi. Sven Thorson, the would-be king, they called him. But yeah, Sven Thorson is also in a few movies that I've seen. Whatchamacallit was one of them. End of Days. He was one of the Russian people that killed Schwarzenegger's family. Hrothgar, Halfdane, the Bats, Higlak. Look at all these names. Ragnar, Skeld, Rethel, and I just realized I'm not sharing the damn thing. But let's remedy that. World War II women were the home defense. Damn straight they were. So yeah, we have the Melchizedek. Melchizedek. Yeah.
I'm just guessing, just from kind of studying classical languages, the CH would be pronounced like a K.
Well, I'm going to solve this right now.
Melchizedek.
Pronunciation. Melchizedek or Melchizedek.
Is it shiz?
It's Melchizedek. So let's see here. Melchizedek.
Melchizedek.
Yeah, Melchizedek. Sounds like a medication. And there's Esto, Daniel Southern. I've seen him in a few other movies. That's definitely not Oliver Vinal. Freaking Vladimir Kulik. You'd think he would look a lot older. Man's aged like a peach.
Yeah.
Omar Sharif is probably dead now because they got black and white photos.
Oh yeah, he's
passed on.
Passed away.
Yeah. Now get this. Misha Halserman. There's Joyous from the movie, and there's Joyous looking how Dennis Throy looks now.
Yeah.
And there's Richard Brenner, who played the Superstitious, Skeld, the Superstitious. And Weeth, the musician, Haltif, the boy. Shezadek. Serving girl, Layla Alizada. Not that bad looking. Where are Scott and Lamb, the Herald? No, what was his name? Angus, right? Yeah. Angus was the one that they beheaded. So where's Angus? Khalif. Norseman. Mark Atchison was in this as one of the Norsemen? Nice. Well, this guy looks like the
Let me see.
John Bear Curtis. Yeah.
Okay, sometimes still.
Well, I could also just ask who played Angus. Angus in the 13th Warrior. Chris Angel as Angus, the red-haired giant.
Red-haired giant.
From Iron, yeah, Chris Angel. Chris Angel. Red-haired giant. He may have been a Viking, but he certainly had a Scot in him. But a lot of people also don't realize that.
See, like I think the reason why you had to do a search like that is because I go in on IMDb and he's uncredited. Because when that happens and you do a search the way you did it, if it's an uncredited role, it won't show up. So that's why I go on IMDb, and it's in parentheses uncredited next to his name. Even the Wendell mother is uncredited.
Yeah. Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Well, now we're just going to have to search who played the Wendell mother.
Kristen Cloak. That's the actress that's listed.
Hold on.
Whom I know
What's
from
the
show
name?
Space Above and Beyond and Final Destination, the movie.
Kristen
Cloak. Cloke.
An American actress. So she was in. So she was the chick that had the snake around her neck and the poison claw, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Wendell mother, and she's uncredited.
Well, let's see if they show her in the. Oh, it's definitely getting way beyond. All right, let's do Kristen Cloak or images. "13th Warrior." Maybe then they'll put her in the makeup and whatnot. Yep, there you go. Hey, she danced with Frasier. That's nice. So, yeah. Again, folks, I am sorry for YouTube's rudeness earlier. I will blame them because they are not willing to give opportunity to young channels or to smaller channels like myself. So I will, as a fallback for now on, I will stream on YouTube as well as stream on X for now on. If it sacrifices some watch time, so be it. Because honestly, it's just too much of a freaking hassle, you know? So next week we will have on X as well as YouTube the 47 Ronin, which is actually based on an actual historical event with Keanu Reeves and Hiroyuki Sanada and Tadanobu Asano and Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa. So there's 2 Hiroyukis in it. I mean, this movie for next week, folks.
Both actors I like.
Yeah.
One mainly from because he was in the 1995 Mortal Kombat, I believe.
Yep.
So
yeah,
he'll steal your soul, folks.
Yep. And he plays the Shogun, I do believe. So yep, he plays their essential god on earth kind of figure. Mm-hmm. And 47 Ronin is basically a movie that has Keanu Reeves and Hiroyuki Sanada, as well as John Wick Chapter 4. So, yeah, they came back for John Wick Chapter 4, which was nice as well. So we will discuss that next week. We will also, on Mara's channel, discuss Leprechaun 2. Leprechaun's going to Vegas.
Yep.
Playing for the slots and searching for a slut. No, I'm just kidding. Searching for a bride.
Wrong.
Huh?
I said not completely wrong.
Yeah, right. So yeah. Mara, before we go, let everybody know where you can be found.
All right. So basically, you can find me at my main YouTube channel, Jade Shadow. Eventually, I will get back to making videos. Basically, with the Rings of Power Season 2 on the horizon, I'm slowly but surely working on. Oh God, gravy. I basically call it Crimes Against Tolkien videos, where I like look at what Rings of Power did to a certain character, and then show like what the character actually was supposed to be depicted as. And my first one is Celebrimbor, so I think he was one of the ones that was done not the sole one, but one of the ones done the most dirty in just the first season alone with what they did with his character. But like Wednesdays, 2 Wednesdays out of the month are the 1s and 2s, where Orange and I discuss like the first and the second in basically in a franchise, or even the first and second in a trilogy, or what have you. Pretty much like we're doing the Leprechaun 1 and 2 for this month. Then I'm on his channel like 2 Thursdays out of the month for the singles. First Wednesday of the month is the Good, the Fun, and the Weird, where we talk about weird, like mainly weird shit, because that's always an interesting topic to cover. And then later on in the month with my co-host Sid Kenobi for both the top 10, and the next one is top 10 films, I believe, of 1985.
Jurassic Park. Did we do Jurassic Park 1 and 2?
Not yet. We haven't done Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park Lost World yet.
Huh.
Might want to save that for when did Jurassic Park originally come out? Was it June of 1993?
I think so. I can look that up right now.
Because I'd say like maybe save it for that month, just as like it's fitting. If it's released in June, I believe it was
June 11, 93.
All right, yeah. So we'll save it for June.
Now let's take a look at our calendar, because it will be freaking hilarious if it's on a Wednesday. Damn, it's on a Tuesday.
Close.
Yeah. And it would be the 12th or it would be the second Wednesday. I mean, that would be the perfect freaking time. Holy crap.
Yeah.
So 31 years almost to the day for it. Yeah. So that would be a June one. So
yeah.
Nice.
What was I going to say? Oh, like, to answer Toodle's question, who's top 10? Basically, Steve Kenobi, my co-host, and I do our own personal top 10 lists not necessarily objectively good films per se, but our own personal subjective tastes. And we're breaking down each year in the 1980s. So basically, the next one is our top 10 list of 1985 films. In about 2 weeks, so near the end of this month, we'll be breaking down our top 10 list that way. And then Sundays, every other Sunday, you can find me on my channel with my co-host, My Nerdy Home, for Talk Nerdy to Us. We switch off at around 1:30 p.m. Sunday afternoons. And then other than my YouTube streams, you can find me either on my primarily Kick for my gaming streams, where I'm playing Mass Effect, Gears of War, and so forth. And I do keep my Twitch, but I relegated it to multiplayer games. Jump on for a couple hours. And I'll be there Friday on my Twitch. Tomorrow, I should say tomorrow. Most likely playing some Helldivers too. So yeah. And that is my schedule, at least streaming schedule.
Right. And as for me, folks, you all know where you can find me. From now on, you can also find me on X. When I do my streams, I will be putting them all on X as well. Orange Hat Uncensored can also be found on X under Janet from Another Planet's Friday Night Shit Show. Sundays, I will be doing the weekly recap. I will be editing that to also put it on X, because I can't trust YouTube anymore. I honestly can no longer trust YouTube. So when I do for now on, when it comes to our the ones and twos or the singles rather, I will be doing those on X, because when I do my other ones, the comparisons of movies for my Tuesday streams, I don't bring up the movies because now I know that I can't. So also sharing multiple video streaming of those movies is harder to do when you only have a laptop. So I'm kind of limited by the technology of my time. So yeah. Those I will still do on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube. But yeah, for now on, I'm going to be doing the singles on X and YouTube, because YouTube, I can't trust you. And believe me, I wanna, but you are making it very hard. I still use floppy disks. Nice. And good to see you, Nihilus. Haven't seen you in a spell, man. It's been a while. Been a minute. But yeah, next Tuesday is Clash versus Wrath, and then the Tuesday after that is Deadpool 1 versus Deadpool 2. So, then April, me and Mara will have to talk next week to figure out what we're doing for April. So yeah, we'll hold off on that one for next week, and we'll definitely keep everybody apprised. So thank you to everybody. Vanya, Trey, Annihilus, Toodlesay, Davian, and whatnot. Y'all are freaking awesome. Jaluk, Alex Kogan, Soul Assassin. Thank you, everybody who have stayed along with us for the night. Make sure you smash the like button on your way out. And basically give a big old fuck you to YouTube on X, because, you know, they're not really making it easy for us. So, yeah. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat and Mara. Y'all have a wonderful night, and always remember, stay humble.